This sinkhole has been like this for 6 months. That's since the beginning of the year. It's according to Ashby Foote, the councilman that represents this area. For many residents, reliable internet isn't just a luxury, it's a lifeline. Assistant Fire Chief Chris Carr says the new alert system won't affect how quickly firefighters will respond, but it will instead keep them healthy in the long run. Employees are working at the Mississippi Food Network to distribute meals to hunger relief partners across the state. With the rising cost of inflation, we wanted to see what that means for families in need. Miss Mississippi told 3 on Your Side that emotional intelligence is one of the most important skills to have. She said creating that safe space all starts with meaningful connections. Crowds of people are gathered at the 2 Mississippi museums to celebrate the life, legacy, and learn about the culture of the musical artist B.B. King. One of Hattiesburg's most well-known leaders has given back to the community for decades. Now, Hattiesburg is returning the favor by renaming Pearl Street in his honor. The 2 Mississippi Museums opens its doors for elementary and middle school students to learn about civil rights activists and historical leaders. This is the last week of the Freedom Camp that will continue again in October during the students' fall break. As of today, the government has been shut down for 30 days. This is the second longest shutdown in U.S. history. In this next story, a campus club has their own way of celebrating Latin culture during this time of year. Last Friday, the Pride of Mississippi Marching Band presented Pride Preview at Spirit Park. Students, staff, and alumni gathered to get a glimpse of what to expect this upcoming season. Well, I've loved being an RA. I have no problems out of my residents, and they're always quiet, even when it's not quiet hours. I'm sad to see them leave, but I'm excited for Christmas break. The Rise to the Top program here at USM helps students gain academic, social, and career skills through inclusive environments. Hattiesburg ended 2025 on a high note. Its drinking water earned a perfect score from the State Health Department's annual inspection. Recently, President Trump has reappealed the student loan forgiveness plan proposed by President Biden. A juvenile was pronounced dead at Veterans Memorial Park on Tuesday, according to the Hattiesburg Police Department. There has been a change to the student visa policies in the U.S. Some students are experiencing a cancellation of their visa for a range of reasons. I'm actually very excited that it's warming up because that means we're getting closer to graduation for the seniors, and we're getting closer to school finally coming to an end. Orlando Arnold, a former Southern Miss basketball player, is among 39 players across the NCAA on a point shaving scheme.
Our future focus intern, Kennedi Drake, a rising senior at the University of Southern Mississippi.
She was formerly a reporter for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, where she tackled impactful stories across the state.
Yes, she joins us now with the latest on expanding broadband access in underserved areas and how companies are bridging the gap.
Summer is a time for vacations and travel, but as beautiful as a resort may look, it's not the same without adequate internet access. Asker's Landing RV Campground is one of the many rural locations in Mississippi with limited internet. Sandy Cargues is the manager of the area. She says campers struggle to do much of anything online or watch cable.
Some of them actually work while they travel on the road, and if they depend on an internet connection when they get somewhere and don't have it because it is extremely limited and so expensive to get it taken care of for the whole campground, then yeah, some people might not be able to stay.
Chris Champion, the Vice President of Government Relations for C Spire, told me fiber is a necessity to have reliable internet, unlike data technology.
A lot of people live in Jackson that have our fiber services. When you get further out in the county, those residents don't necessarily have the same fiber, and we want them to have the same fiber. And so we hear from them. We've been working, going to meetings across the county.
Companies like AT&T are also working to fill the gap in the state with a $30 million public-private project.
All the work has to be completed by December of 2026. So we're going to be working, and I think in most locations we'll be able to beat that deadline.
For places like Asker's Landing and countless other rural communities in Mississippi, the lack of connectivity limits daily life. With continued investment from companies like C Spire and AT&T, there's hope on the horizon. As broadband infrastructure expands, residents and visitors can look forward to a more connected future where no one is left buffering. Hundreds gathered Saturday at the Jackson Convention Center to celebrate the 100th birthday of Medgar Evers. This weekend event is in partnership with Mississippi Votes and the Medgar and Merle Evers Institute. Those in attendance heard from members of the Evers family, Stacey Abrams, Hezekiah Watkins, and several more. Many panelists spoke about how the civil rights activists impacted their life.
I became the first black woman in American history to be the nominee for governor for a major party. That happened in a single generation. I remain grounded because I know that progress is possible.
Or going into the Delta to investigate the Emmett Till lynching. He's somebody who, even if he had fear, he didn't show it. And I think for journalists, we are in this moment where we don't even have to show the amount of courage that Medgar Evers did. We just have to have the courage to articulate the truth.
The room was filled with people of all ages and backgrounds. Medgar Evers' daughter says events like these are just another way to keep her father's legacy alive.
Doing the work of equality, doing the work of making sure that we're all empowered equally, and that, as he said, that I'm a first-class citizen.
The event closed with a powerful call to action, urging attendees to honor Medgar Evers' legacy, not just in memory, but through continued commitment to justice, equality, and civic engagement. From heartfelt stories to personal reflections, the day served as a reminder that progress is possible when people come together with purpose.
If you missed today's celebration, don't worry, because the event continues tomorrow with a worship service starting at 11:30. Reporting at the Jackson Convention Center complex, Kennedi Drake, 3 on your side.